Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oyundi Furipradani Mashapa, Wananyana Muvenda. And if you're here for the first time, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, a veteran in this channel, welcome back for yet another exciting episode of Risk, Money and Insurance. And so guys, here we are today, and I just thought, after the first two videos I've released in 2023, the third video of course has to be about creating budgets, right? It is the beginning of the year and there are two types of budgets that I want us to create today. So if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a new video, which will be on a Thursday at 7 p.m. So without further ado, let's just get into today's video. So a bulk of the video will be me just like working from my Excel spreadsheet to show you like what your budgets should look like. And I will post I will post the Excel files on my website. And that's another announcement. So we officially have a website for the page. It's called masheleni.co.za. So you guys can go check it out. And you can also try to follow the page. If you can, please follow the page on Instagram, which is masheleni as well, .co.za as well on Instagram, so that you don't miss out on content and great provocative thoughts that I'll be sharing on this page. I think I will be posting for the first time on the Masheleni page this week. So I hope you guys will be, you will enjoy the content and you will sort of engage on that channel as well. So if you want the spreadsheets, I will definitely put them for download on my website so that you're able to download the materials. But all in all, I'm quite excited to just journey with you and share my thoughts and share all those things with you. But let's get down to the video, right? I just want to remind you guys that of course contents of my videos do not constitute as financial advice. If you need financial advice, please speak to a registered financial advisor, one who is registered with the Financial Sector Conduct Authority in South Africa, and they will be able to give you financial advice. But besides that, let's get down to business today. I want to talk specifically around two kinds of budgets. The first one is what we call a monthly budget, which I'm sure people are sort of used to quite a bit. And the second budget that I want us to talk about is what we call a balance sheet budget. So now starting with a monthly budget, which is normally like a short-term budget, this one gives you a plan as to how you're going to spend your money, how much money you're going to receive. So normally it's done for a period of a month, and you put in all your incomes, you put in all your expenses, and all the regular stuff that you need to pay for your essentials and like once-off expenses that you have. And then from there, you're able to figure out how much you will be left with at the end of the day. But hopefully you prioritize your saving, your investments and all of that. So your monthly budget really is just a way for you to give direction to your money over that period of a month, and for you to work for you is if you follow it, right? So if you say you're going to spend 1,000 rands on entertainment, you spend 1,000 rands on entertainment. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that if you've allocated 1,000 rands for entertainment, you need to spend the full 1,000 rands, right? So when I was treasurer, back in my days, in my varsity days, I was a treasurer for one of the societies at uni. I used to always tell people, if I say I am giving you like 10,000 rands for an event that you're doing, I don't mean that you must go all out and try to spend 10,000 rands, although you can just spend 5,000 and still make the event impactful or as great as it could have been, right? Regardless of whether you spend 10,000 or 5,000. So it's always important to consider, like, are there ways that I can save on my budget? Like, it's important to consider such things when you're drawing up a monthly budget. And before explaining the differences between your monthly budget and your balance sheet budget, I will of course go to the spreadsheet afterwards. And then now moving on to what we call a balance sheet budget. with a balance sheet budget, really what you're trying to do is to sort of project your net worth, right? Your net worth is referred to as the difference between your assets and your liabilities, and your assets can be sitting in different things. Some can be like cash, others can be like property, other ones can be sitting like in your savings in a certain account, or like shares in whatever trading platform that you're using. Those are all your assets. And then you have to say, now what about my liabilities? What is it that I owe, right? And how much do I owe? How much do I owe them? And then you do a projection in the next 3 to 4 years to say, this is ideally where I would like to be. Of course, what you might try to aim towards is to pay off your debts if you have debt, or to like try to increase, your assets as well, maybe by getting multiple streams of income, or saving aggressively, or investing aggressively. So it is sort of like, it forces you to look forward and to say, where am I and how am I gonna get to where I want to be? And an important thing is your budget should speak to your monthly budget should speak to your balance sheet budget. Because if you're saying by the end of 2023 I want to invest like let's say 100,000 in shares, then it means there should be outflows from your monthly budget that are going towards shares. If you say I want to save 50,000 cash, right? Your monthly budget should speak to your balance sheet budget to show that there is an outflow, maybe like 5,000 rands every single month that's coming out, that's going towards cash, and you do this for like 10 months or so in the year. So they should speak to each other. You shouldn't be happy to say, oh, my net worth will increase by 25% by the end of this year, and not take any steps to actually make sure that happens, right? So steps may look like paying off your debt, saving more, or like reducing your spending, or cutting off some of the things that you indulge on currently, so that you get to where you want to be. So it's more like, okay, this is what I want to achieve this year and next year, and as a company you need to come back end of this year, beginning of next year, and say, okay, this is how we performed versus the plan. So revise the plan going forward to say, what can I do differently, and what worked and what didn't work, and what can I capitalize on. So those are the two budgets that we will be talking about, and we will of course be working from my laptop. So guys, I hope you guys will enjoy this. So let's just get into the spreadsheet. So hey guys, let's get to the spreadsheet, the budget spreadsheet for a monthly budget. And as promised, it will be available on my website for download at masheleni.co.za. But I think the most important thing here today is for me to teach you how to create, a monthly budget under 2 minutes. So let's see how I will do. The first things first, you need to put in all your income in one section. So you need to know how much money is coming into your account for that particular month. And we have 3 columns here. The first one is item, plan, and actual, right? So the plan one is what you plan to spend on that particular thing. The actual is what you actually end up spending, and that is important to track the two, right? Because it doesn't matter if you have a plan that looks good but your actual doesn't look as your plan. It's not gonna help you much. So you start with all your income, excess or deficits from the previous month, depending on whether you spent all your money last month or you still had some savings, or you borrowed or something like that. And then I just added all the items there. Then you go to essentials. So under essentials and debit orders, these are your fixed expenses per month. So these are the expenses that you will incur every single month. So things like your bonds and your utilities, your investment or savings debit order. I just need to highlight that. Your car insurance, car checker, all those things that are recurring and they're quite predictable, you put them there. Then you have additional expenses at the bottom, where you are looking at your entertainment, black tax, girlfriend allowance, bank charges, all these other extra things that you can honestly live without. And then you have your one-off expenses as well, those impromptu spendings, or like birthdays that pop up once in a year, or like once in a blue moon. So those are the things. And then at the end, you calculate your excess or the deficit for the month.
And then the spreadsheet will give you like a summary, a monthly performance summary, to say what went towards your needs, what went towards your wants, what went to how much of your income actually ended up going towards savings and investments. And there's a cute graph on the side to also show you like graphically what it looks like. So that's it with a budget spreadsheet. Let's now move on to what we call a balance sheet budget, and it's quite interesting. So as indicated, with your balance sheet budgets, you want to project your net worth. So what you have is you list all your total assets, you list all your total liabilities, and then you calculate your net worth as the difference between your assets and your liabilities. And as you can see, there's 2022 year to date there. So that will be effectively December 2022, and then you have your plan for 2023, your plan for 2024, and your plan for 2025. So the next 3 years you're trying to project your net worth, and as you can see there, you start with your tax-free savings account balance. Essentially, if you're jumping from 20,000 to 53,000 next year, it means you're going to save around 33,000 this year for you to get to that 53,000. And equity portfolio as well, you're planning on making an additional 3,000 into that. Your house or your apartment, if you own a house or apartment, your car value. I just estimated the car values, but honestly you can leave the car out. I mean, it's a depreciating asset anyway. Cash in the bank, your vehicle financing, your bonds, your credit cards, any other. Even if you owe someone, you need to write them down here so that you know how much your total liabilities are and how much your net worth is at the end of the day. So as you can see, this person is standing on a good negative, and you can project, and they're hoping that by 2023, the end of 2023, things will be better, and so is 2024. But the point that I want to emphasize here is your monthly budget and your balance sheet budget should speak to each other. So if you're saying tax-free savings accounts, we're increasing that by 33,000 this year, then your budget should have installments going out on a monthly basis towards your tax-free savings account for you to reach that milestone that you want. But overall, we also have a graphical representation of this person's assets versus liabilities on the right. And as you can see, by 2025 they plan to significantly reduce their debt, which is also important to have a plan as to how you're going to do that. Like that jump between 2024 and 2025 with the bond or apartment, there should be a plan when it comes to how much how you're going to raise that money to reduce that bond outstanding balance. So it's quite important, and I see here they plan to also just stop using their credit card from 2023 onwards, and to pay off their store account balance and all of that. So these are just an example of what you can do. Look at your financial situation and then try to come up with a balance sheet budget depending on how much you can actually how much you're able to do this year. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you guys so much. I will see you in the next video. Oh, bye.